All right. Oh, good morning. Good morning and welcome to Q Wellness Gentle Hatha Yoga. My name is Amber. If we have not met, glad to have you along. And thank you so much for those of you that are joining me live. We have quite the community, and I just love seeing y'all on Thursdays. So let's go ahead and relax on our backs. If you have a blanket, you can put it underneath your head if you'd like. And I'm going to stay seated just so I can read from our book today. But go ahead and rest back. And you are welcome to bring your knees together and walk your feet out to the side so you can have a constructive resting pose. If laying with your legs straight out does not feel good in your body today, you can, keep your feet right here in the center. But I really want you to be relaxed. And if you do this, your legs still need to be supported. You're welcome to come into cobbler's pose with the soles of the feet together and the knees out. And once you arrive, just find a space for your hands. And maybe it's on your belly this morning, so you can just kind of feel your breath in and out and just relax down. And I want you to just start to notice the weight of your body on the floor. And just imagine like that snow globe image I like to use, that the top of your body is just starting to just float down to the surface of your back, your butt, your legs, the back of your head and your arms. So the bottom of your body just feels nice and heavy, almost like in shavasana, but we do want to stay aware. So while we're staying aware, just noticing what's happening in the body for you, noticing if it feels, if you're feeling good and supported. Notice if anything needs to be adjusted. And then find that breath and just let the breath slowly start to pull into the body. And yes, we are breathing into our lungs, expanding around the heart. We want to breathe into the belly too. Let the belly be a part of the experience. And when you're lying down, sometimes it's a little easier to feel that full body breath, that Durga breath, that three-part breath that we often do. And you don't have to necessarily do that today, like we practice it, but just breathe into the torso, letting the exhale align your body with the earth, softening the shoulders down, relaxing the brow and the jaw. Let your hips relax, the feet, the arms, the hands. So I'm going to read from you to the Book of Awakening. Read to you from the Book of Awakening. Somehow, in the course of learning to be good, we have all been asked to wrestle with a false dilemma: being kind to ourselves or being kind to others. In truth, though, being kind to ourselves is a prerequisite to being kind to others. Honoring ourselves, in fact, is the only lasting way to release a truly selfless kindness to others. So, the real and lasting practice for each of us is to remove what obstructs us so that we can be who we are, holding nothing back. If we can work toward this kind of authenticity, then the living kindness, the water of compassion, will naturally flow. We do not need discipline to be kind, just an open heart. I love that. We discipline ourselves in so many different ways. Let's stop disciplining ourselves when it comes to being kind to ourselves. Let's open our hearts and our minds to what feels good, what sounds good. And when I say feels good, I don't mean just inside, but also outside, treating yourself to like a really nice shirt that feels good on your skin, or yoga, stretching, it feels good inside and outside of the body. All of these things are so integral. Recently I posted a video that said peace begins with me, on Instagram and Facebook, and that peace is so important because once we find that peace within ourselves, the reaction that the reactions change to the responses. We're able to show up kinder. We're able to see that other people have things going on and it doesn't have anything to do with us. And when we can build those boundaries around ourselves, it's like it's like this door opens and we allow ourselves to start receiving kindness in all different facets. If that makes sense. I hope it does. I hope it resonates on some level. Take what does and just leave the rest. Continue to just breathe and being in the body, and ask yourself, what am I doing right now in this moment that is showing up as kindness for myself? And it might be the obvious that you're, in a yoga class, but it might be something a little deeper too. And just allow yourself to be with that for a few moments. Sometimes finding kindness for ourselves is one of the absolute hardest things to do, but it is one of the most important things, one of the most important gifts that we can show up for ourselves with. So, shedding the shame around boundaries, releasing the things that we must say that may not resonate with other people, but we have to hold into our heart space that it's true for us. Let go of all the reasons why you feel you don't deserve what's on the other side. And just let that go with the next breath. You can imagine yourself releasing a grounding cord into Mother Gaia and releasing all of that. And just letting her unconditional love flood into you. And then if you don't have your legs laying flat, go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. You can add the wrists and the fingers if that feels good. You can keep your eyes closed or close them if you'd like. Making sure we're exploring each direction. And then let's go ahead and bring that right leg into the belly. Soften the shoulders and just let the weight of the hands at the base of the knee just hug the leg in. We don't have to do anything extra. And then just very slowly let your right leg kind of dip off to the right. You can do this with both hands or one hand. Allowing the opening in the inner groin and the relaxation of the outer hip. Getting a little tender stretch here in your hamstring. Still pointing and flexing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go. And so with the hands behind the thigh, go ahead and drop the leg down and then lift, stretching that heel to the sky. It's getting a gentle stretch. Relax it down. Press into the heel, lift it to the sky. Excellent. Go ahead and bring that left leg in, and we're going to do our figure four. Let that ankle rest on top of the left leg. And before you go ahead and lift the thigh towards you, go ahead and rock gently from side to side. You can put your arms down to help support you, connecting to your core, waking up the belly, and just sliding from side to side. Feels so good on the low back. I mean, it does for me. I hope it does for you too. And then go ahead and come on back into center and go ahead and reach behind the left thigh, drawing the right leg in. And then again, come back to your little sway from side to side. Finding your breath, connecting to the core, and just kind of having fun with the sense of balance or unbalance you may feel right now. And then come back into center, and we're going to relax the hands, keep the legs right where they are, open up the arms for support. We're really going to connect to our core here and draw a circle with the legs. So you really are using your core here as you swing forward, draw that belly in, hold on to that as you roll the hips around. Just a few more here, and you can go the opposite direction. So do at least 3 to 5 on each side. Sneaky little core work here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and drop the left foot, keep the right foot right where it is. And we're going to press into the left foot, lift the hips like a hammock, slide to the right, anchor the left foot, drop the right foot to the floor. So see if you can keep the knee up top, like still pointing towards the sky. You can grab your ankle with your left hand if you'd like, and then stretch your right arm up and over your head. So we're getting a nice stretch along the right side of the body here, through the hip, armpit, all the way up. Let's take 3 more breaths here, noticing where we're feeling the tightness, asking our body to relax in the places where it's holding. And then when you're ready, we're going to slide the right foot down and keep the legs crossed. You don't have to hook underneath your shin, but just very gently drop that drop the right knee to the left. Bringing this into more of a spinal twist than a side stretch. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's bring the right toe to the mat and roll ourselves back to center so slowly, being kind. There's no rush. Once you get your hips centered, go ahead and relax your legs down, and please give yourself a big stretch. Hugging all those muscles in and then softening. Just take a breath here, close your eyes, and see if you can release all the muscles. Notice any difference in the right hip from the left, maybe all the way down to the toes. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and the left leg in, knee to chest. And again, we're just taking the weight of the hands underneath the kneecap and pulling, just letting that weight pull the leg down. Not really using any muscles in the arms except to keep the fingers clasped. And then very slowly letting the left hip open to the left side using one hand or both. I have short arms, so it's a little easier for me to do just with one hand. And again, relaxing that outer hip and getting a little stretch in the inner groin. And then go ahead and bring that knee back and stretch the leg up. Hand behind the thigh, tiny little bend in the knee. We don't want to hyperextend. Go ahead and roll, point and flex a little bit. And then relax the foot. And go ahead and drop the shin down, heel to back of the thigh, and then lift it up and lead with that heel. Stretch it up. Relax it down. Lift it up, stretch that heel up, toes point towards your forehead. One more time. Excellent. Slide that right foot up. We're going to go ahead and just cross left ankle over right knee. And then you can bring your hands out for support. And we're just going to rock gently from side to side, connecting to that core. Come back to center. And let's go ahead and draw the hands behind the thigh on the right. We're going to rest here for just a few breaths, softening all our parts. Again, just letting the hands clasp behind the thigh be what kind of holds the leg up. We're not really pulling or anything like that. And remember, if you're feeling any tension in your knee, spread those toes. And then when you're ready, connect to your core. Leave your leg right where it is. Relax the hands down by your side for support. Connect to that core and start doing those circles. So we're massaging our back. We're sneaking in a little core exercise here. We're really getting into the left hip. Well, both hips, really. A little more so on the left. Do three at least on one side, and then find at least three on the opposite side. Place the right foot down, keeping your left foot crossed, and press into the sole of the foot. Lift your hips like a hammock, slide them to the left, and then let your left foot come down to the ground, maybe grabbing that ankle, keeping the knee towards the sky, and then reach with that left hand, stretch it forward or above your head, I guess I should say. Getting that nice stretch in the side. And take these next couple of breaths to just notice what is trying to hold on and see if we can breathe a little bit more and release a little bit more. Beautiful. Go ahead and start to bring the left knee down towards the ground. Let that left foot slide down towards the end of the mat. You can extend your left arm and right arm to the side if you want. Go ahead and find what feels good in the body at this moment. Let's take two more breaths. We're going to dip that left toe to the ground and slowly come on back to center. Go ahead and draw the knees in here. You can make a little egg shape if you want by drawing the forehead towards your knees. Get a little neck stretch here. You can rock forward and back, side to side. And then go ahead and release your head back and lift the legs to the sky, finding happy baby. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and just roll to your favorite side, or you can bring your hands to the back of your thighs and roll up. And we're going to make our way into our tabletop. You can pad your knees if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and do that today, more so for my wrists. So if you want to pad your wrists, you can make your blanket nice and wide so you have space here enough for you to put your knees and the your wrists on it, fingertips off the blanket. And let's go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. We're going to drop the belly down, finding your cow. Exhale, rounding into your cat. Let's do just a few more. Breathing in and breathing out, being kind to yourself, knowing what your limits are. Sometimes we get to give 10%. Sometimes we can show up 100%. But, I mean, how often is that? 100% is exhausting. It really is. And sometimes 100% is not even possible. We have to give ourselves grace to do what we can. I think that's probably one of the biggest lessons I've been working on for the past couple of years is just not overdoing it. On your next cat, breathe out and then settle yourself into a child's pose. Fingertips reaching towards the front edge of the mat. And we're just going to take a couple of humbled breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to roll ourselves back into tabletop and just slowly start to walk the knees back. Drop the pubic bone down and roll yourself to the floor, hugging those elbows in, walking your palms back to your chest, elbows tucked in like a little chicken wing. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. And when you do, we're going to come into baby cobra. Keep your chin tucked as you lift with your upper back. And then once you rise, lift the head up with the chin and then roll back down, making a circle with your chin. Let's do that again. Breathe in and then breathe out. One more time. I always picture like a big gristmill when I'm doing a motion like this. And then exhale, release it all the way down. Go ahead and press into the palms once again, coming into downward facing dog. Make it a journey, not a destination, even though you'll arrive there eventually. Go ahead and walk your dog once you get there. Make sure those triceps are turned towards your nose. So we have that internal rotation in the arms. Fingertips are spread out nice and wide. And then widen your feet just a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and take our heels. We're going to rotate them both to the left. Your left leg is going to be a little bit bent, and we're going to press into the palms and press into the hips, and then look underneath the right armpit. Another nice lateral side stretch here, also getting into our IT band. And then come back forward, nice and gentle. And we're just going to do the same on the other side. So drop your heels to the right. Your right knee is going to be bent. Your left knee might be bent too. I'm finding mine is not wanting to straighten out. That's okay. Look under the left armpit. Take a little breath. And then come on back to center. Let's walk our feet forward. And I roll my blanket out of the way as I do this. And just come into a forward fold here. I'm going to go ahead and bring my blocks for a little extra stability and arm length. Bring your feet about hip distance apart, and then go ahead and slide into your hips. So bending one knee and then the other. You can kind of take your head and shift it in the opposite direction of the hip that you're bending into, getting a little bit deeper stretch. We don't really have to do a lot of movement or, big stretches to get that feel good sensation in the body. Sometimes it's just acknowledging the body parts and just, moving them a little, saying hello. Come on back into center. Find your flat back, please. Feet are about hip distance apart. We're going to lengthen through the back, and we're going to pause here and breathe for a few moments. So we're really going to find this figure 7 shape. We're going to roll our thighs towards one another. We're going to feel the sits bones expand to the back corners of the room. Our big toes are going to press a little bit more into the ground. And then what I'd love for you to do is imagine that your shins are shifting out. So your pinky toes are going to press a little bit more into the mat. And your shoulders are away from the ears. So it's almost like our Dandasana pose, but of course we're standing. Let's take one more breath here. On your exhale, release all that forward fold one more time. Breathe it out. Bend those knees generously if you'd like to rest your chest and your belly. And then we're going to go ahead, let our weight fall into the heels. We're going to take our gaze to the front of the mat, and we're going to roll up. Let our arms be all loosey-goosey. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders up and back, and then roll them up, fingertips to the sky. Nice deep breath in here. And exhale. We're going to bring hands to heart space, however they get there. And I just want to offer you 3 deep breaths here. You can close your eyes as we find our mountain pose, and just let your weight settle into the feet, soft in the knees, little tuck of the tailbone. We're going to lengthen through the crown of the head, hands at heart space. And while we're here, press into the palms and let your elbows stretch out from side to side. So we're finding a little bit of arm strength here. All right, one more breath. Keep pressing into the palms. And as you do this on your next inhale, start to lift the hands as you press. Press, 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 press. Stretch it out, and then press, 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 press as we exhale and bring it back down. A little sneaky arm strength there. Breathing, lifting. Press, press, press as far as you can, and then exhale, bring it back. We're going to go one more time. Press, press, press. Once you get to the top, I want you to open up the arms wide to your sides, reaching out, Step your right foot back and shift your body into warrior two. Nice job. Dropping the shoulders a little bit down the back. We want our front leg, our knee to be pressing back a little bit towards your pinky toe. Let's take a nice deep breath in, fingertips to the sky, peaceful warrior. Beautiful. And we're going to exhale, rest the forearm down, side angle. You can give it a stretch over the head or towards the ceiling, whatever feels good. Take a nice deep breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to let the arm come down like a little windmill. Press into the heel of the front foot, coming back up. Let's do that flow twice more. Breathing in, peaceful warrior. Breathing out, side angle bend. Take a big breath in here as you stretch, and then exhale and just press into that front heel. Perfect. Peaceful warrior. Breathing out. Exhale, side angle. You got this. Big breath in here. And exhale, release. Here we are in the center. Beautiful. Straighten out that front leg. Let's kick our right hip out. We're going to find our triangle shape. Open heart here. Remember, if you're leaning forward, support yourself on the shin or with a block, and that's really going to help you open up that heart space. If we're leaning forward, we're putting too much stress on that low back. One more breath. Go ahead and bend into that front knee generously. Rest your hands on your thigh and bring yourself up and back. Go ahead and point your toes towards the front of the mat. And we're just going to open up the arms here. You can bend into the knees if you want to do a little bit of propulsion here. And we're just going to wind the arms a little bit. Spreading out your energy, taking up all this beautiful space that you deserve. And let's change directions. Once more, fingertips, whoops, to the sky, getting a little overzealous. Let's go ahead and point the right foot towards the other side, bend into the knee. And here we are in our warrior two. Let's go ahead and do that flow 3 times. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Getting a little extra strengthening in that front leg. Breathe out for peaceful warrior and release. Breathe in. Exhale. Take a nice deep breath in. Peaceful warrior. Breathe out. This is the last time. Big breath in and release. Back into warrior two. Let's straighten out that leg. Take our left hip and kick it out like we're a snotty teenager. And release into your triangle pose. Please be very careful that you don't hyperextend that front knee. Press into all corners of your feet to stabilize the knees and the hips. You got this. And when you're ready, bend into that front knee. Press your hand down, come back into your warrior two just for a moment. Relax the arms, point your toes forward. And again, big circles. And if this doesn't feel good, just circle your shoulders. Switch directions. Fingertips to the sky. Big star position. Let's take a nice deep breath in. We're going to exhale and bring the right hand down to the right leg. Take a nice deep stretch. Really feel into the sole of the foot. Breathing in all the way up the side of the body. Sending energy out the fingers. Let's take an inhale, connect to your core. Right hand's going to come up, meet the left. Left hand's going to come down, stretch it out on the right, connect to the core, sole of the foot, and the fingertips. Beautiful. Come back to center. Don't need leave the left arm down. Just draw the right arm to your side. Shake it out a little bit in the arms if the arms are feeling a little I don't know, worked. And then let's go ahead and we're going to come into a forward fold. Toes pointed forward. Fingertips at your underwear line here, your hip crease. Take a nice deep inhale. We're lengthening through the spine. And we're going to set our hips back behind us. That's going to start our momentum. You're going to feel the weight shift into your heels. And go ahead and come parallel to the floor. Maybe hips, hands stay at the hips. Maybe they come down to a block. Maybe the floor. Yogi's choice. Supporting yourself in a way that feels good. So just for fun, let your weight come into the toes. And if you need to walk your hands forward a little bit, that's fine. I don't want you to face plant, of course. We still want to press through the heels, but most of the weight is in the toes. And then shift back into the heels by lengthening through your hips or getting a really good stretch here through the back of the legs. You can wiggle your toes. Weight is in the heels. Bring yourself back to center. Let's take a twist. Left hand down, right hand at the sky. And you can feel that nice twist in the left thigh. Go ahead and bend into that right knee if you want that to be a little bit deeper. Totally your choice. On your next exhale, go ahead and bring the hand down. If your leg is bent, straighten it out. And then open up through the left. Same thing. You can bend into that left knee only if you want a little bit deeper stretch and more strength in that leg. Yogi's choice. Come on back to center. Keeping the legs straight. Let's go ahead and do that. Breathe in and up. And exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. One more time. Really lubricating here. Exhale, bring it down. Last time to the left. You got it. Perfect. Exhale, bring it down. Let's go ahead and heel toe our feet back into center, hip distance apart. We're going to let our weight fall into the heels and we're going to come into our chair. Now it's totally up to you whether you could be all the way down here if you want, or just here. Just let your weight come into your heels. Arms are forward for your stability. And we're just going to hold and breathe for 5. Soften the tailbone. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently press up. Come back with your hands to heart space. Soften the shoulders. Take a couple of breaths here. And then just to practice a little bit of balancing, we're going to come back to our lying position, drawing the knee into the chest. So if you need a wall or a chair, of course, you're always welcome to grab that. And we're going to start on the left. And you can do this a couple different ways. You can clasp under the knee. You can clasp under the thigh. So left foot centered on the ground, a little tuck in the belly. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and lift that right leg. And so we're either here or here. And if none of those work for you, you can stay here. If you're feeling that you need a little bit more help with your balance, go ahead and relax. And then come to the right side, allowing yourself to center here. And then when you're ready, left knee. Take a breath or two here. Notice how that right leg is really working hard to help you steady. Go ahead and bring the leg down. We're going to do this one more time on each side. And we're just going to add a little bit of something. So left foot down. When you're ready, connect to your core. Bring that right leg up. Lengthen. And then if it calls to you, if you feel you'd like a little challenge today, go ahead and open up the gate. Left hand's going to reach for balance. And then bring it back to center and release. Balance on that right leg. Take a breath or two to get yourself centered. And then when you're ready, left leg's going to come in and up. And if it feels good, you can open into our spiced rum pirate stance. I hate spiced rum. It's probably my least favorite. But it's fun to say. It's fun to play with. And then release Captain Morgan. That's who it was. Release the feet down. Go ahead and rotate through the ankles. Shake it out a little bit. And then go ahead and come back to the front of the mat. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And we're going to release all the way out and down. Coming back to our forward fold. Go ahead and step your self down to the ground. And we're going to set our booties down and come into cobbler's pose with the soles of the feet together. And we're going to do a forward fold here. Stretch out the back a little bit. So if you have a block and your back is a little tight, you're welcome to put the block here and rest your forehead on it. I think that's what I'm going to do here. But we're going to also turn this shape into turtle. And so in turtle, we just take our forearms and put them underneath the calves. If this feels silly to you, if it doesn't feel good, just do any part of this that does feel good. And we're just going to rest here for about 10 breaths. So just allow yourself to soften in any way that's possible. Anytime your thoughts burst in and try to steal the show, allow your breath to be your star player. And once you start feeling yourself getting really relaxed, if you have a block, you can change the height to allow you to fall forward just a little bit more. And when you're ready, you can start to untuck your arms and place your hands on the ground and start to roll yourself up nice and gentle. We're going to set that block aside. If you're using it, stretch those legs out. Go ahead and wiggle them just a little bit. Bring your feet to the sides of the mat, hand behind you, and find your windshield wiper. And then we're going to do our figure four one more time, but we're going to do it like this. So go ahead and stretch your left leg out. We're just going to cross the right ankle over and then draw that left leg in. So what really makes this a good stretch is you can wiggle your foot towards your butt and then press into your palms and draw your chest and belly towards your leg. Again, stretching out the toes if you're feeling any tension in the knee. And then go ahead and relax that leg down, stretching the left leg out, right ankle on top of the left, bring it forward and press into those palms, drawing the chest and heart towards your legs. See if you can relax in the legs. Go ahead and stretch the right leg out. Let your left leg relax. And we're going to come all the way down to our backs. Stretching the feet out and the arms out. We're going to take a nice deep stretch. Again, reaching fingertips and toes away from one another. And then real quick, we're going to take a banana shape. So cross your right ankle over your left ankle, and we're going to walk our shoulders off to the left. Now, if you want a deeper stretch, you can walk your heel to the left as well. So we're in this little banana shape. So our if banana was laying on its side, our right hip would be the center, and our toes and our fingertips would be the top and the bottom of the banana. Take a breath here. And then we're going to walk our upper body back to center. If you shifted your shins, go ahead and uncross them. Cross left ankle over right and walk your upper body to the right. And then you're going to stretch your arms to the right as well. If you need a little bit deeper stretch, go ahead and walk the heel to the right. And walk yourself back to center, uncross the ankles. One more big stretch, giving yourself that beautiful internal hug. Breath, breathe in, and then exhale and release everything down. And we're just going to come into our final resting pose. And again, just our talk today about being kind to ourselves. The dilemma, being kind to ourselves or being kind to others. The solution, when we're kind to ourselves, we are kind to others. Begin to bring your awareness back to the breath. The breath and where it meets the body. Bring the feet to the mat. And go ahead and start to make your way into a seat. And that might mean stopping on your favorite side on the way. Bringing your hands and heart together in gratitude and Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself today, first and foremost. And thank you for supporting our community and just for being you. So grateful for this time we get to play together. Namaste.